talk about my thoughts on this whole protest thing, the death of an innocent man, and how people have wrongly morphed it into something that is told. I've been told personally, don't come back to this neighborhood. Seeking justice crosses over to being selfish and being, I do want justice, and in all honesty, I do want to hit somebody. Maybe that is what is lacking in this situation. Nobody has anything to lose. Hey everyone, this is Ghost Over Guy again with Do My Life, where we talk about business. I do reviews, DIYs, and I struggle to give you this content every day. I'm not a professional in anything. I just do this on my spare time. The arm that you see there, that's my beautiful wife. Let's talk about the events recently concerning Black Lives Matter, the death of, what's his name? George Floyd. So I don't really, I don't really get into the whole political and all that mess. That's not really political. Maybe it is political. But I just wanted to make a quick video on what's happening out there. People with their right minds, celebrities, regular people protesting out there, peacefully protesting out there, are doing the right thing. They are telling these people to stop. They are barricading and guarding stores. I saw a video like that the other day where the people were actually in front of stores blocking people from coming in, the looters and stuff like that. And this is pretty much where, like, seeking justice crosses over to being selfish and being just ignorant and stupid. Like, Ruby and I own small businesses and stuff like that. I just feel bad for these small businesses because you have to realize these are people, these are regular people. These are not multi-millionaire, multi-million corporations. That's just sad, man. It's sad. I've been seeing a lot of this stuff. I don't really follow the news because the news is very upsetting most of the time. But yes, it's very sad that gentleman died. I mean, I have faced my own racism, prejudice, discrimination, being a person of color, right? Being an immigrant, being brown. Sometimes, depending who's looking at me, I might look too Spanish. And sometimes who's looking at me, I might look too Asian. I don't know. So I get in both ends. I was telling a coworker of mine that growing up, I got bullied a lot by on both every single race because there weren't too many Filipinos or Asian in my school district. So, you stuck out like a sore thumb, and you know what you got. I just want to say that this shit is stupid, man. I don't know how this man dying unrightfully equates to, let me get a free TV. Let me get this. I just don't understand it. If you guys are going to protest, make it peaceful. I commend the people that are doing it the right way. I commend the people that are doing it better than the people who are acting for themselves. Because there should be no reason you're burning stuff up. There should be no reason that... What else are those kids... What else are they doing?
Burning, breaking stuff, stealing.
That's crazy, dude. I just don't... I don't get it, man. I can't... I personally... If I was out there, somebody's getting shot. I'll tell you right now. If this was in the Philippines, somebody's getting shot because I'm going to put it down. You running up in my store, you running up in my property, I'm going to get you. Because at that point in time, you're just a thief. I understand the frustration. I understand the frustration of being an immigrant in this country. I understand the frustration of being a person of color in this country. I have been pulled over by white cops. I have been told personally, don't come back to this neighborhood, right? And on the same token, I have been bullied by black people. I have been bullied by white people. I have been bullied by Spanish people. I have been called certain things like chino, which is somewhat derogatory, wetback, spick. I've been called the things that it's not good, but yeah, I do want justice, and in all honesty, I do want to hit somebody, but because of my one respect for the law, I have too much to lose. Maybe that is what is lacking in this situation. Nobody has anything to lose. That's why you got people spray painting, like vandalizing, which is it's absurd to me. I do not know why you would do that, especially if it's your town. Okay, now I think like a criminal from time to time, right? That's the only way I can kind of normalize myself. If you're gonna vandalize a town, wouldn't you want to vandalize some place where you don't live? Because at the end of the day, when everything settles down, don't you then have to shop at those places? Does it make any sense? Mm-hmm. What would you do if somebody ran into our store?
Oh, I'm gonna hit people.
I'm gonna hit people. Oh boy. So I mean, it's just sad. Thank God I haven't really followed it up. Comment down below if you have been following the case. I know the main cop whose knee was on the guy's neck, Mr. Floyd's neck, was charged, but I don't know about the rest of them. All of them should be booked. All of them should be charged. All of them, because those however how many minutes could have been mitigated by pushing the guy off. Like, listen, you know what you're doing wrong. Chill out. Whatever the blue code is or whatever that is, that could have been easily mitigated. And the problem is, it's just sad that that it is an underlying issue in this country with racism and everything. I don't think it's ever really gonna go away, because it's just really hard to untie hundreds and hundreds of years. It just is. Like, oh, I never asked this among Filipinos. Like, you know that I think both of us have Spanish blood, but I think more. I think for me, I think I for sure have Spanish blood. What do you think the average Filipino thinks about Spanish people?
Well,
Like I mean Spanish blood, like Castilla, mestizos. Like, do you think there's a negative feeling?
Maybe not here, but
No. I'm talking about in the Philippines.
Because Spanish conquered the Philippines for a very long time, and the Spanish known to make a Filipino a slave.
So like, I mean, do you think if I were to tell people, or they saw my mom, my brother, do you think some people feel?
Yeah, they were like, oh, especially like, oh,
Castilla.
You are related to Castilla. Castilla means is not nice. As far as I know, it's not nice.
This is one thing. Yeah, Castilla has always had a negative connotation.
Yeah.
Like, Castilla o ng batasan, which means
you're a really bad person. Like you are like slaving people, hurting.
Yeah,
people.
I mean, and then I mean, Filipinos have a little bit more. Filipinos are very mixed. I don't think it's that strong there, but I'm sure there is. I mean, there's always classism in the Philippines, colorism in the Philippines. If you're dark, you're garbage. If you're light, it's totally accepted, which I totally disagree with. I'm considered moreno. My wife here is puti, right? Puti. So, I don't know, man. Samot, mga insect. Now, insect Pinoys, Chinoys have almost taken over the Chinese. I mean, almost taken over the Spanish. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I know for. I mean, I'm not totally 100% sure, but I know we must have Chinese in my blood.
Probably.
We have Chinese in my blood. You can see my father. I mean, Chinoy. I can't. It's like one of those things. Like, black people at this point in time, you can't control. Obviously, you can't change your color. You can't. I can't change me being moreno. it's just an underlying issue in America that I don't think will ever really leave. Will ever, and how did Filipinos get to the point where they're more accept? I don't really hear of that issue in the Philippines. Only when somebody gets
We've
upset.
been slave for the Spanish for
Almost
a very long time.
400 years.
But as far as I know, based on what I heard, or based on what I've done a little research. That's why Filipino parents force their kids to finish study, to be like, especially to be nurse, even if the kids don't want to be a nurse.
Yeah.
The kids don't want to be a doctor, but since the parents experience really bad, especially a lawyer, the parents experience, or the great grandparents experience really bad what do you call that, really bad experience with the Spaniards, or from the Spanish, because the Spanish, oh, like, yeah, I don't know if it's true, but
I'm sure you got Spanish in your blood.
yeah, but they say the Spaniards slave, most Filipino, they let them work with no pay or something like that.
They
abuse
I
them.
agree
They
with you.
abuse them.
Spanish people have abused
Yeah.
island-born Filipinos, but the
So what the Filipino did is they try to be, because they cannot, if you are in their head, if you are ignorant, if you don't know anything, that's why Spanish put you down, or make you as a slave, or do the hard labor things.
Yeah.
But if you are educated, if you are a professional,
Yeah.
because this is what I always hear from my great grandparents, like, oh, you have to study, so no one can take your knowledge. You have to be like this, so no one can put you down. You have to be like a professional, so you get a good job. You don't need to be muchacha.
Field worker.
That's what he said. You don't need to be a muchacha, means you don't need to be to work with somebody like as a maid.
So, I mean, you are
educated.
Growing
That's why.
up, my parents always pushed 3 professions: doctor, nurse, lawyer.
Yeah.
That's
So that's why you're not surprised. Most of the parents, even now, I noticed some of the parents we know, they want their kids to be a nurse or a doctor or a lawyer.
But then you go into another issue. The kids are not happy. They're shifting.
Yeah.
And then they end up having like 5 degrees.
Understand
That's their way out.
Yeah, for them is the way out, because we are being slave for a very long time. So for them, because people before, they don't have school, or they don't have profession, they don't know anything. So what else they can do is the hard labor, and the Spanish took advantage from it. And if you are educated, you are professional, you will get a decent job.
Now, I have one question for you. Is the being Spanish true in my case?
Huh?
The Spanish attitude is inside of me?
Yeah, you are crazy sometimes.
But, yeah, that's pretty much my little rant for today, because it's just, a couple days ago it was getting bad. I saw that truck that went in the highway, and people were bum rushing it. Oh, man. There was a truck that's going down. I'm going to throw a video on here. Truck went down the highway. It almost it could have killed thousands of people. But then again, why are they in the highway? But then again, look at, EDSA. Didn't they take over the highways?
Yeah.
When EDSA happened? I'm down for protesting. That's all day. I'm down for protesting. Now, you looting and all that mess, I'm not down for that, because that's...
You're ruining the neighborhood.
There is no correlation with guy just died, or the purpose you want to drive, fight for, with let me burn this place down. Minus, like, if it's a government building or a police station, I'm more understanding of that. Like, okay, fine, you want justice, you don't want to treat me fair, I'm gonna burn your police station down, government building down, whatever. That type of violence I don't condone, but I would understand. There's no correlation of let me get this freeze TV because they killed one of my people. They killed an innocent man. There's no correlation there. It's just not. I don't see it. I don't see the connect there. It has gone into.
Oh, I should make a video.
It has gone into just being selfish and greedy. On top of that, you have to realize, like, this is me. This is my if you want to call it theory, conspiracy, whatever. People have been confined in their house for months now. Mm-hmm. Like, do you think that people just want a release of their aggression, of the COVID?
I think that's how it is.
Right? So they're like, you know what?
They want the way out.
They want a way out, but they want to release that aggression, that depression, the hurt of losing your job or not being able to work anymore. Mm-hmm. So they took to the streets and transformed, morphed this death of an innocent man into, let me just vandalize this, vandalize that, just to, like, literally the streets are their punching bag. That could be my theory right there. But that's pretty much it, man. I'm gonna go finish my food. I might react to a video because I just like reacting to videos. But take care. This is Gus Vergara. Comment down below what your thoughts are on this current situation with COVID, how it plays into the situation. The stress levels are really up right now. Yeah, take care. God bless and stay safe and stay healthy. Bye. Ruby and I designed this a while ago. This is our clothing brand. I'm going to be making more of these. So keep a lookout on hats I'll be making, clothes, hoodies, articles of clothing. Keep a lookout on that. And peace.